I look like shit right now because in a couple days my cycle is gonna hit. My cycle, meaning my menstrual cycle. Sorry, fellas, if you're offended by that, or the ladies that happen to be watching this. So, um, and I just been finally fighting off being sick, which has been fucking hell. I think I caught more than likely a cold. And it took me like nearly 5 days to finally get over that. And during that week, I was actually still continuously like, this thing is helping me getting so much done, and the only thing I suffer from is wrist pain, and that's literally after like a full week of working. So other than that, if I'm not really pumping out artwork, I don't have any physical symptoms or any pain or even numbness in any of my arms. But anyway, I hope you guys' week has been alright. There's actually a video I recorded before this, but I have to kind of view it to see if it actually looks alright, and and stuff. Yesterday I finally redid the braids. I had the size of my hair braided, but they were looking kind of bleh and lazy. I'm pretty sure these look like that too. Because I'm actually recently started to get into this game called Raid. I've seen so many YouTubers talk about it, and I see ads for it online so much. So I figured, let me try it, and I actually like it. And actually, it's so good that it's sparking quite a bit of inspiration and even creativity back into me. And I'm actually considering visiting a game that I used to play. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it, called Kingdom Conquest 2. And it was actually, I believe, published by Sega. I played it around 3 to 4 years ago. I don't know why, but they shut it down. But it was a really good game. I enjoyed playing it, and mainly because of the monsters and the designs they have for those monsters. But I'm trying to look online and see if there's any website that has those monster card illustrations stored, because I actually do want to do a little bit of fan art, both of my comic book and even graphite or realism style. Anyways, as the title says, I am done. I don't know if I'm gonna regret this, but something tells me that this has to happen. I am officially quitting freelance. I'm not doing it anymore. I know my friend Blip told me that Reddit is the most awful place, and believe me, I haven't even been on Reddit for nearly a month, but I still somewhat visit there, from especially a particular subreddit, look for commissions. And honestly, DeviantArt kind of has the same problem too. It has to be, and this is not to bash on artists that work in the digital painted style. That's a style that's actually needed right now for a lot of the content and projects that you see nowadays, especially for video games and concept art and stuff. So I understand that even both of my styles are not gonna be a style that most companies or groups or publishers are going to be looking for, which is why I consider myself more as a freelance artist, but now I'm more of a convention artist. I'm getting sidetracked here, but I sometimes go on Reddit to look for commissions, and honestly, I don't feel that drive anymore. I am just done setting in. It's almost like applying to a job. It almost feels like that at times. And believe it or not, even with how, based on the feedback, I always get positive feedback for the most part. To sit my, hey, it looks good, because everyone's view of ours to me. You know what? I'm gonna move this. Let's move this. It's a little bit of a. There we are. Everyone's view and take on art is going to be different. Not everyone's going to like my work, and I fully own that. Not everyone's going to like a bunch of fucking monsters and androids that look more hideous than handsome or pretty or sexy. I own it. Mainly because that's what I like. I know that eventually I'll have to branch out from my little fucking tree and shit, but I don't really see a lot of other people outside of fandom do what I do, so I keep doing it because people like it. If I wasn't getting positive feedback for it, I would have stopped doing it, But to go from getting nothing but positive and positives and just grinding and just going, the convention scene to bleh, when I have to look for shit online again, it's really disheartening, and I know that every single artist that has started out has gone through this. I don't know if most of the artists in the fandom started out like I did, mainly freelance, not outside the fandom but within the fandom, and then progressed to either getting a large following online and getting commissions through that or through Patreon, or just saying the hell with it and then just sell the work at conventions and do whatever. I don't know every artist's story, so this is just my little half. I'm officially quitting freelance. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of, even though how good my art looks and shit and how impressed some people are sometimes, I get a lot more rejections and unanswered emails or messages than the latter. And I'm just so tired of it. I almost feel like I signed a death sentence when... I'm gonna have to pause this video. Sorry about that. There was actually a package that I was waiting to get through the mail. It was arriving, so I had to stop and get that. But I feel like back then I felt like, after realizing what my professors, yeah, fucking right, my instructors were warning me about, let's brighten this a little bit because I'm looking a little too dark. There we go. Well, I'm still a little dark, but anyways. What warning me about in regards to finding a job in the field, I understood what they meant, and I still understand what they mean now, but I decided to take that and just prove them wrong, which I did, and then some. I feel like I signed a death sentence when I had requested them to let me redo Pro Studio 2, and then them going, essentially, that, hey, you're gonna have to pretty much fucking copy one of the assisting comic book art styles in order for you to get any sort of recognition. And now here I am going, people keep asking me what the fuck my inked art style is, and yet I'm still making money. I'm just gonna be upfront in regards to what I just said, making money and stuff. I'm just gonna be forward and straight up from now on. I don't worry, I don't care too much about money. Money is not why I do art. It's something that I enjoyed and I've always done forever, and it's something that I'm so passionate about, even with all the bullshit that's going on right now, and I'm not even at a crossroads anymore. I checked out from commissions after. It's so funny, the last commission I did was from someone that I used to do commissions for from the Pokemon fandom, so you know who I'm talking about, and you happen to be watching this. Thank you. I wasn't expecting you to even commission me, let alone follow me and stuff. I feel like I've gone back in time doing work for you, but unfortunately I more than likely am going to just stop doing commissions, because here's the thing. Everything down to, I'm actually gonna pull out some stuff. Someone just messaged me. Shy, I'll talk to you, sweetie. Don't watch this video. Casty is cussing up a storm. Anyways, these are bookmarks. Any artist that does convention work or any artist that's a furry and happens to sell art at conventions, you already know what the hell I'm gonna say. I made these myself. There's plenty of artists that make their own merch and stuff. That's nothing unique and new. The thing is, I know it takes time. It takes a lot of my time. I make buttons, I make bookmarks, I make my art prints, I make everything. I have to set up my booth, and it takes time. That's why, every single artist, no matter what your skill level is, I have mad respect for you for doing what you're doing. I have mad respect for those that freelance mainly on the internet or via Twitter or via Instagram, whatever, and then go to conventions and do whatever they do. I have mad respect for you as well, because it's not easy. But anytime I have to take a commission, half of my mind is checked in and the other half of my mind is checked out. I can't fully focus on the stuff that I'm actually passionate about and draw. It might seem like there's a bunch of monsters and dragons, but honey, nobody does it like this and nobody does it in the styles that I do. Now the realism work, yeah, there's plenty of additional painters. There's plenty of those that work with charcoal and pencil. That's nothing new. I just draw what I like, and that's what makes me unique. It all depends on the subject matter. You know, I always go with a model that if you enjoy it, that's all that matters in the end. Whatever it is that you draw, if you personally like it, that doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. If you're an artist that draws cub art, safe for work. I don't like the not safe for work shit. That I don't know. But QC art. If you draw that, and that's what you personally like, that's fine. Go for it. If you draw really sensual characters or characters that, you know, portray their bodies in a really confident and sensual way, whether it's male, female, or whatever gender, and I'm talking about within the fandom, that's fine. You draw masculine characters, that's fine. You draw just feminine characters, fine. If you draw a bunch of dinosaurs and dragons, that's pretty much me, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Do what you enjoy and draw what interests you and what you enjoy. But also keep in mind that eventually you have to branch out and let those leaves extend a little bit. And this is something that I'm actually doing right now. It's a little hard. So, one other tip that I want to touch on, checking the time. Look, I don't give a fuck what style an artist works in. I think I'm mature enough and have enough experience to kind of glance at whatever style that the artist is working on and can tell if it's really well done art, even if it's in a style that I personally don't care for, or if it's shitful art. Shouldn't matter the style. Everyone's going to look for something different. That's something I wholeheartedly accept. What I can't stand is that people just disregard all other styles or even outright just talk down other artists that work in a different style that maybe they are not a fan of. I've had people in the past that I guess they dislike the heavily inked or Western inspired inking that I've done and therefore claim that it's not going to get me anywhere, even though they're wrong. If the last 2 conventions from last year has shown me anything, and I'm sorry if I'm just going on or try to, you know, this is just really sudden. It's just kind of like, well, let me go ahead and make a video about it. And I'm at a point where I don't care about proving people wrong. I want to personally evolve and continue to grow. I think it's important for any individual, regardless of age. You got to keep growing. You got to keep changing and evolving. You know, if there's core values that you have, keep those. You gotta make sure you don't stagnate. Don't be left behind. I almost was left behind. Not anymore. So, thankfully, this happened at the time where I can actually kind of manage this month. Normally, I budget every single thing per month, but now I'm just kind of like, look, Casty, Cindy, you got your tablet. It's really helping me getting a lot of work done. Again, back when I did everything traditionally, even my inking, this, let me see if you, actually, I might as well show you guys. You don't know much about me. Let me see if I can get the light to, I'm sorry if my camera's a little, on this phone is a little wonky. Okay, I'm trying. I'm not sure if you can see. There we go. But because I hold my pen a particular manner, it leaves a bit of a blister. Not even a blister, but almost a callus on my pinky. And I'm going to show you why. Because I hold all my pencils like this. No, I did not learn this for fucking college. The amount of times I got asked that was just fucking infuriating. No. Main reason being is because when I'm gonna make this story. When I was young, obviously my parents were speaking to me in Spanish, but when I was watching TV, I was watching English cartoons. And guess what happened? My ass got confused. I combined the English and Spanish language to make my own language. So Cassie, at the ripe being young age of 5, made her own fucking language. And those racist motherfuckers at the elementary school I went to, they thought I was African. And they didn't know what the fuck to do with me, so they pulled my ass out from class, put me in the office, and they made my mom come from work. She used to work at, back then we had cash and carry. Cash and carry radio. If any of you old ass peeps know that Lugo tune you ever been to cash and carry, let me know, or just tweet at me. And she got so mad because of the racial profiling and shit they did. They thought my ass was African. That was bad. But because of that, I couldn't understand, like, back in elementary, they start teaching you how to hold a pencil. Well, because I couldn't understand what the fuck was going on, and I was essentially confused. I don't know what else to call it. I never learned how to properly hold my pencil, but because I was actually a smart individual, I was like, hey, brain, you need to fucking hold your pencil so that way you can do shit. And so I taught myself how to hold a pencil. And I had a music instructor 5 years later, so I was around, I think in 5th grade, warned me that if I continued to hold my pencil like this, I would have issues with handwriting. Never had any issues with handwriting. My only issue is that after maybe about an hour, I think it's typical for anybody to hold a pencil regularly, that what I just showed you would start to happen, and then I would start to get a little bit of pain in my hand. And that was the typical norm for my artwork and stuff. Man, I keep going off topic, but at least you guys learn more about me. But anyways, so yeah, I actually am working on another piece right now. I'm serious. I'm sitting here just pumping out piece after, well, inking wise, I still have to go and render it and color it, but piece after piece after piece after piece after piece after, I'm not even fucking kidding. I'm sitting here like, holy shit, I can finally, do what I want to do and get a lot of this done, because I couldn't afford any of this before. I couldn't, sorry, I was looking, I couldn't do any of this before. I didn't even have this fucking time before, and I was just like, man, no. But no, I'm tired. I mean, anytime I freelance, I'm so restricted. I don't have that much creative freedom when I do freelance. It's not a jab towards source that commissioned me before, especially the last commissioner. No, I really enjoyed working on your commission, but in general, like, I have to take time out to do the commission and make sure it's done in a timely manner. When in reality, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to just become a convention artist, and that's it. So I'll actually think it over the weekend. But if I'm set on not taking commissions, I'll still leave a contact form, but leave a page up displaying why I discontinue freelance work. But I really need to start focusing on my own ideas and projects. I think it's about time. I started freelance softly in 2015 because I was forced to. I didn't want to do the freelance. I wanted to eventually get picked up by some sort of company or group or something. My ass was doing some sort of shit, and that fell to the wayside, yada yada yada. I'm over that. And now I'm doing it on my own. It's like, hey, I can build something with this, and do a bunch of stuff. That my main thing is, if there's something you're looking for and you can't seem to find it from any other artist at a convention for, try me. That's pretty much my whole thing. From what I see, nobody's doing fan art of Billy War. Nobody's doing realism work of fucking Mass Effect. Nobody's drawing up, well, furry fandom. But at least my take on it, there's nobody that can draw, well, at the very least, in my style, feline work. If you're looking for something in particular, especially pencil artwork, there's me. The Matter is from Mega Man. comics and just things that I know not many other artists are doing. In other words, making myself unique. I'm already doing it with the styles that I work in. It's time to keep doing that and furthering that. So it wasn't until recently that I was able to get all the sketching done for most of my pages. I'm just about 4 to 5 pages short of getting the entire next comic of my Movies Chronicles, which is something I've been trying to do for so long, but I just, I got chapter 3 done and I guess somewhat printed, but it was so hectic doing this whole convention thing, and now that I finally have a good grip on it, when it comes to doing the arts and stuff, it's like, hey, I can finally focus my comics for a little bit. It's gonna be rough, or perhaps a couple of months rough, depending on how the next convention goes. I'm getting a feeling I'll do alright, probably even better than what I expect, but I can finally focus on my comics again and actually do other comic projects, not just Movies Chronicles. And publish them visually. I would love to have books of them, but anyways, I kind of wish this video was more like maybe with positive news, but I need to do this. I'm tired of looking and searching. It's kind of like the same with my I hate to get super personal, but with my love life as well. Anytime I searched, and I'm talking about actually looking, not just stumble or discovering someone and then, no, I'm talking about actually legitimately searching for it. It never falls into place like it should. So I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling and just do this, and whatever happens, happens. I spent a lot of hours you can barely see, but a lot of the stuff with the paper, the finances, and just finally getting to this point. It took for longer because I was going through like depression and shit, and getting over all my did to mainly mentally, what my ex did to me. But now I'm actually kind of thankful for, because I don't think I would even be here. But anyways, that's that. I'm still dancing. You motherfuckers, I'm still dancing. Don't worry, I'm still practicing. I'm gonna get my ass kicked in the first round. Well, I'll have fun. That is if I even make it onto the floor. But anyways, stay amazing. Big shout out to the furry fandom, because if it wasn't for you crazy ass motherfuckers, I would not even be here. Take care.